Even though Laura Lee and I are known for contemporary art at 21C, we were both born on farms in Kentucky, and we have done our part to try to protect that pristine landscape. We felt that one way to do that was to invest in creating a more dynamic downtown Louisville, a city that has so much to offer its residents and visitors alike.
Louisville.
It's not Louisville. It's not Louisville. It's Louisville. I like to think that we are the northernmost southern city.
I think it's more northern.
We walk that fine line, the Mason-Dixon line.
People here know what sweet tea is.
It's about as Yankee as the South gets, and it's not quite the Midwest.
High Southern. We're high South.
I don't know what high Southern means.
I don't either. I just made it up.
Derby spirit's alive and well throughout Louisville all year long. If you visit Louisville, you're gonna get a little taste of Derby.
It's not really an event, it's a feeling, it's an emotion for the city, and it's extremely heartfelt.
We all say we weren't born in Louisville, but we got here as fast as we could.
So genuine and charming.
I just think it's a cool little small town. It's like a huge city in a small town.
It's got the small town atmosphere and all the amenities of a large city.
People are really genuine. They want to know where you're from, what you're about, and I have an affinity for horse racing and bourbon, and that's why I've stayed here ever since.
Louisville is the shit.
I think that people in Louisville consider it like their duty as a citizen to make sure that out-of-towners are having a good time, that they know where they're going.
Literally, anything you want to do in this town, you can do it.
The neighborhoods are great here.
Everything's a decent walk away.
There's art, there's food, there's culture.
It's really difficult to throw a rock and not hit a good restaurant in Louisville.
Our food scene is second to none. We probably have the best slow foods, local food movement in the entire country.
A group of diverse and passionate chefs have been doing amazing food here.
The performing arts here, of course, are fantastic.
We're extremely happy to be here.
Got a really great underground music scene.
We break bands at Zanzibar. That's what we're built for.
I always send people to 21C Museum Hotel. The top artists in the world will show their work there.
We've got great bourbon.
Bourbon is to Kentucky what hula skirts are to Hawaii.
Bourbon families for hundreds of years have settled in Kentucky. It's the seat of tradition and heritage.
You're gonna experience some bourbon while you're here.
Makers.
Buffalo Trace.
Booker's Bakers.
Bullet.
Basil Hayden.
Stitzel-Weller.
Old Fitzgerald.
Old Forester.
1792.
Woodford.
Happy Van Winkle.
Everybody I know is always drinking bourbon.
And it's a very special place. The people are warm and friendly.
When I first came through the area about 10 years ago, I was instantly smitten.
We just have a warm embrace for everybody that comes.
We don't think we're better than anybody. We're just really happy with where we're at.
Which is not a bad way to be.
I want to issue everybody a warning, though. If they come here, they're probably going to want to stay.
Laura Lee and I have always been passionate about contemporary art. We collect the works of living artists, hence the name 21C. When we created 21C, it was a way for us to share our art collection with a broader audience, so that others could experience the way in which we found daily exposure to contemporary art can enrich our lives. So 21C was this strange idea. The combination of the hotel, restaurant around the atmosphere of art was a very new concept and unproven, but it worked. When we say art is life, it seems like a cliche, but art has such power, and artists are able to broach subject matter that is difficult to talk about or needs to be talked about. So many people, including myself, have had trouble expressing words, but a photograph or a painting can bring to life the voice that is frozen. I think the art gives a great atmosphere of permission for people, especially our staffs. We're a fraternity of misfits. We like to enjoy life and we embrace individuality. fun to see what a cross-section of the public we're reaching. There is no target market. It's all across the board. I would often daydream of being a ringmaster in my own circus tent. I think these 21Cs now are my own circus tent. They're a place where people can come and enjoy life and see beauty and think of things that once were or things that could be. As we approach the 10-year anniversary of 21C Louisville and Proof on Main, we decided to transform the restaurant and bar. We turned the space over to the artist known as Fallen Fruit to create an immersive installation, which is called The Practices of Everyday Life.
One of the things that's becoming extremely rapidly erased in the cities of North America is gay culture. It has become so assimilated in mass culture since the mid-90s that there's no point in one. There will be a day that there is the last gay bar in America, and it's probably not that far in the future. So as a work of art, if you could preserve some of the qualities that made this subculture great as it's become erased, it might be a way to hold on to this idea that no matter who you are, you're allowed to be yourself. Everyone's welcome, as long as you're having a good time. What was once stereotyped and shamed, and then later celebrated, and now it's on the verge of extinction. And we're really thinking about that. So in a way, we're deadly serious, and in another way, we just want to have fun. In the main dining room, that's called Kentucky Blood of the Land, we decided to install 3 types of images which are part of a mythology of America, which is the open landscape, the bison, and the Native American tribes. And then the only other thing that's in that room, which is really this counter position, is a Bible. And it was a Bible that we found discarded here in Louisville, and we covered it in graphite, so if anyone touches it, it'll leave fingerprints everywhere.
You know, our work is challenging, but I think in really subtle ways, that you could go in there and just feel that the work was decorative and that you're really just responding to the colors or the shapes on the walls. Or if you looked farther, you may think that it's maybe something I could think in a different way about. But it's not necessary. You could really just go there to have a social experience and think, oh, this is really a beautiful space.
The installation in the West Dining Room is called Farm to Table, and we were interested in people's relationship to the land and how culture happens because of that. Kentucky is a complex place that is neither south nor north, east or west. It's really its own place, and in that history, it's hard to look at it from the outside without some form of prejudice.
It's very hard for people to see the artwork because people want artwork to exist in a frame. And we don't do that. We make artwork that is in frames. However, we hardly think that's art.
When we founded 21C in Louisville in 2006, we could not have imagined what the next 15 years would look like. This was very much a project for our hometown. And over the years, we've been thrilled to bring 21C to other communities, to expand access to contemporary art for residents and visitors of Cincinnati, Bentonville, Durham, Lexington, Oklahoma City, Nashville, Kansas City, and Chicago. Who knows which cities will be next?